Hey everybody, it is Chris Brown, real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur, and we are going to get started here very shortly. We have a great presentation. This is a presentation that I do once a month, telling people and educating people about a great opportunity that is out there, and that is dealing with HUD homes. And HUD homes are available not only in the Tampa Bay area, but also throughout the United States. So this is a message for everyone that is listening or everyone that you share this message with. So if this is your first time, welcome to the channel, State of the Real Estate Market with Chris Brown. And today's topic, we are going to talk about how to buy a HUD home in 2021. Well, first of all, buying any home in 2021 right now is going to be somewhat of an interesting challenge. I'm continuously going through different scenarios every week, every day, with my number of buyers that are looking for homes and looking for a home that they're not getting outpriced by $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So with that being said, if this is your first time, as I mentioned before, be sure to subscribe to the channel. This is not only a channel that we talk about buying, selling, and investing in real estate, but we also talk about generational wealth, as well as different entrepreneur type things that happen that I'm currently doing and that's involved, that's out there in the world. So be sure to tune in, share this information, because you or someone that you know may find this information helpful. And this may be able to help someone that you know. So with that being also said, just a little bit about me. For those who don't know, I am from the cold city of Buffalo, New York. Went to a high school over in St. Petersburg, Florida, Hollywood High, some would call it. Attended school in South Michigan. Once again, I went back to the cold. And there had an opportunity to have varsity or lettered in football, track, and also received 2 degrees in business marketing and mathematics. So my journey in real estate actually started in 2004. So I've been around for a little bit, seen a few things, continuously learning, because it's always a learning process for those who are in real estate or just trying to learn a little bit about it. So what is HUD? HUD is actually the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. This is not a HUD statement, even though it does stand for the same thing, housing and urban development. It is related to housing. For those who are curious as in what HUD is, HUD provides housing support and uplifts its communities that it's involved in. So particularly, even if you're in the Tampa Bay area or outside of the Tampa Bay area, you are going to have some type of relationship or organization that may have a relationship with HUD. And this is a government organization, so their website is HUD.gov. You can find out a lot more about the different programs that they offer. They do a lot that's kind of behind the scenes, but it is available to everyone if you are not aware of a number of the things that they do throughout the United States and in your community. Where do you find HUD homes? So particularly there's 3 areas where you can find a HUD home. HUD homes you can find particularly the primary place where you can find a HUD home would be HUDhomestore.com. And that's a website where you're going to get the most up-to-date information on available HUD homes. And what we're going to do is probably take an opportunity during this presentation today to look at that website. And the reason being is because that website offers so much information. And with it offering so much information, I want to make sure that you guys have a better idea of how to navigate it and be able to do some research on your own. But the primary resource is HUDhomestore.com. Another resource would be the MLS. The MLS is a tool that real estate professionals have access to. And with this tool, this is where they advertise a lot of these properties that are available for sale, or they may be in a pending status, or they've actually sold. But this is another resource that people can utilize. If you're not a real estate professional yourself, then you can make sure that you're working with one, that they're sending you these type of homes. They can set up a search for you and have these homes sent to your email directly as soon as they become available. That way you get that information. Also, the internet. There's so many different real estate websites that are out there. There's a couple of big ones that a lot of people are familiar with, like your Realtor.com, your Zillows, your Redfins. All of those type of websites are out there. Your Century21.com websites. Those websites are going to have these properties listed, but keep in mind how it works is that a lot of these websites are pulling the information from the MLS. And how the information is inputted to the MLS is from the information that is gathered from the HUDhomestore.com. So in that order there, number one, number two, number three, these are all three resources. I always tell everyone, look at all three. If you're looking at a particular property, look at all three resources so that you can see if it's consistent with the availability of the homes. Because sometimes the websites do not update as often as they should, or they could. You know, let's be realistic. There is a human touch to this aspect because real estate is a people business. So keep that in mind. All right, so I'll only mention a couple of programs that HUD has to offer. The reason I say only a couple is because if you go to their website, one of the websites that I've mentioned in reference to HUD, you'll find out that they have a large number of programs that are available throughout the United States. They're involved in different things. It's the government. You know, let's be realistic. It is the government, so there are different opportunities that are out there. But a few of the programs that I did want to mention would be nonprofit organizations and government entities. They work with these different organizations throughout the United States, within your own community, providing different opportunities and support in regards to housing, whether it be a specific home itself, or it may be a program that's related to government, some type of government funding or assistance. So this is another reason why you want to make sure that you have an understanding of what HUD is and what programs that they may have to offer, and see if you may qualify. There's another program called the Good Neighbor Next Door. And this is an amazing program because this is a program that provides a number of incentives specifically for our community heroes, like our firefighters, our teachers, our medical professionals. There's different programs that are available specifically if these individuals are involved in that profession. There's different incentives for them, and it may be for a specific home, or it may be something that's in general, or they have certain criteria that they need to meet. But just being aware, if you know better, you do better. So just be aware that there are some incentives that are out there that may benefit you and that you may have a strong interest in. And then the last one I want to tell people about is the $1 homes. And people are like, what do you mean by $1? Yes, there are opportunities for $1 homes. It does happen, it does occur, and this typically happens not in the current market that we're in. At the time of this recording, we are actually in what we call a seller's market, and pretty much if the home has 4 walls and a roof, it's disappearing off of the market. So keep that in mind. This type of program typically happens when a home for some reason could not be sold or didn't get sold, or something may be tying it up, clouding the title or something along those lines, so that they still need to get, ironed out, and it's probably just taken a extended amount of time, and for some reason this home is still available. Typically what happens if this does occur, local government opportunities will be able to seek out these opportunities. So not only as an individual are you looking at these homes, but you also have your different organizations, like I said before, your nonprofits, as well as your government entities that are looking at these opportunities. So keep that in mind when you are perusing the HUDhomestore.com website. And to mention the HUDhomestore.com website, I wanted to actually do a short presentation for you guys so that you guys can see exactly what is on this website. This is what the website looks like in general. As you guys can see, there's typically a login. There's you're able to search properties. And this is one of those websites where you may hear this often than none, but it basically, where less is best. And I'll show you exactly what I mean when I say less is best. So let's do this. Let me ponder on over to our site here. Bear with me. Voila. So what I wanted to do today with you guys is kind of just set up a general search. And like I mentioned, the housing market right now, we are experiencing a low inventory. So basically, like I said before, if it has 4 walls and a roof, and it doesn't have to be a perfect roof, these properties are being picked up by someone. There's a high demand, low supply at this time. So what I typically do, and I tell a lot of people that inquire about these homes when they reach out to me, is that you want to click on this state, and then you want to, and we'll see how this goes. I'm going to do my county. No, I'm not going to do my county. The reason I say I'm not going to do my county is because I know for a fact there's nothing available. So let me guess. Let's say Orange. Was there anything in Orange County? No. Polk. No. Let me see if it'll allow me to do a search just for the state of Florida and if any results come up. Okay. So sorry about that, guys. But at this time, if there is a HUD property that is, or that was for sale, it is actually under contract. New inventory has not been released. Let's see, California. And sometimes you do have to place in the county. And unfortunately, I don't. Well, there is an Orange County in California, but doesn't seem to be picking up any properties at this time. So with that being said, guys, I tried. I tried to see if there's an opportunity, but typically what you would do is just, like, if you're in the warm state of Florida, and I think it's pretty much warm everywhere, you would just do your state. And then also I would suggest inputting the county, and just the county. Let's do a nearby county. And then, like I said, I'm sure it doesn't have anything. Yeah, I would have gotten an alert. But basically what happens is you would just put your state in the county and then let the search be conducted. Because if you start being very finite with your search, for some reason, it will not pull up the property. But typically state and county will be required in order to find a HUD home that is available. Like I mentioned, at this time, inventory, it's something that's going on all across the country. So keep that in mind. So if you don't find anything, just try to refresh, just double check with your different resources, as I mentioned before, just to see if anything else is available that may be a specific HUD home. But with that being said, this is how you do the search, state, county, and then you can also set up alerts. So these alerts, so if anything does become available, you receive an alert and you get basically the up-to-date information right then and there. So whatever websites that you go to, you want to make sure that you're doing that. Make sure that you're getting that set up, and make sure that you are addressing that. So let's get me back on over here. All right. All right, so that's how you actually kind of search on the website. I wish I could give you guys a little bit more, but it looks like we're not going to be able to do that just because I don't have any prime examples of properties that I can specifically show you. But just knowing with that website, not only are you able to find a property, but you should also have access to reports that have been completed for that property. You may not have all of the access, but there are some reports that you will be able to have access to in regards to the property. So make sure that you're getting that detailed information with anything. That I always tell people, if you are buying any home, make sure you get some eyes on it. And then secondly, make sure you have it inspected. Homes these days, especially if it is a HUD home, a lot of times with that, the utilities are not on, and a lot of times we don't know how long the utilities have not been on. If you're in the state of Florida and it's during the warm months, there's usually some situations where Mother Nature likes to take over a little bit. It rains here a lot during the summer months, hurricane season. For those who aren't familiar with hurricane season, we do have that here in the Florida area. So when it's raining a lot, and if a window is open, or something's not secured for some reason, animals getting into the property, whatever the situation may be, you always want to make sure that it's inspected so that you can make sure that the home is performing well and will not be, or so that you have a better understanding of the cost of repairs that may or may not need to be done. So let me do this here. So as I mentioned before, this is another great website, another resource. If you are in the market looking for a home, like I said, right now, the market is very interesting, as in for our buyers. Buyers, if you're looking for homes, you're competing with other buyers that may have a little bit more cash, or may have different financing, or they may have their financing in place, or are able or in a position where they can offer over asking price. HUD, as I've told a lot of people in the past, HUD is one of those organizations where cash is not necessarily king. And I say that with a smile, because I personally have seen it where HUD, it likes to encourage home ownership. And what I mean by that, by them encouraging home ownership, there's typically a period where only individuals who plan to occupy a home will be able to submit an offer for a particular property. And what that means is that kind of eliminates those investors, the small investors, and especially the big investors that come in with, hundreds of millions of dollars that they need to spend, and they're trying to buy properties. Well, guess what? With that being said, a lot of times what happens is those individuals are not able to submit an offer because they don't plan on occupying the property. So home ownership is encouraged with HUD. Like I said, it's a government organization. I wouldn't suggest marking it incorrect. As I said, it is the government. So just keep that in mind when you guys are looking at these particular homes and opportunities. It's just another resource in a market where the inventory is very low, and it could be a great opportunity for you maybe later on in the near future, where you could find a home through this particular website and be able to begin building generational wealth as a home owner. So with that being said, for those, I appreciate you. For those who tuned in for the brief moment to understand what great opportunities are available with HUD Homes in 2021, be sure to keep an eye on those websites. Below is my contact information. Actually, I put a direct contact information. So anybody who gets to see this, they're going to get this detail a little bit better than most. But with that being said, follow me on social media. My handle is @ChrisBrown, RE Pro, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur. Be sure to check out those websites. Great opportunities that are there. I encourage you to take a look at those so that you can have the ability to just stay in the loop. Maybe if you're not in a position to buy a home now, but at least you are aware that this resource is out there. So when you are ready to buy a home, you are in a position to see what great opportunities exist that may or may not appeal to other people, or other people may not be aware of. So with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. This is Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur, giving you and leaving you as we end another episode of State of the Real Estate Market with Chris Brown. You guys take care.